BYU. I mean, they've just been impressive throughout the weekend, and they have been very sort of business-like, machine-like. They know what they're doing. They know who their key guys are, and they're going to keep feeding them.
Both teams currently with 14 kills over that first set. Sawyer Nichols accounting for half of them with 7. For BYU, much more of a well-rounded affair. Tufunga and Mosier each with 5. Muldaney not far behind with 4.
Yeah, it's that balance that this BYU attack has, and they have not really gotten the middles involved yet.
Indeed. Players like Gavin Chambers and Max Philippe haven't done much offensively. Harvard is going to get the first point here of this second set.
You know, for the Crimson, I think the biggest adjustment they need to make is just with the serve receive, just being able to at least give themselves a chance even on the toughest of serves.
They went right for the middle there, Brian Thomas. Monster block. Sawyer Nichols getting it done defensively now as well. His first block today.
Yeah, first one for Harvard as well. Just a straight up one-on-one. Nichols winning the battle up top against Muldaney.
How efficient both offenses have been as Shevchuk commits an error on the serve. With how efficient these offenses have been, those blocks are going to be very crucial, especially when we start getting real close toward the latter stages of each set. It's a big one there for the Crimson as Tufunga will serve for the Cougars. Far side, a little bit of a push from Birdie. Looking to respond is Mosier. Near side again, Nichols still no. Muldaney's turn, longest rally so far tonight. Birdie deflects back towards the Crimson side, and Fung can't get there in time. BYU's tied things up at 2.
Good anticipation there. Got all 3 over to block Birdie, and I think Harvard still had a shot at it off the deflection. Nichols just needs to let Fung take control there. He had a better angle at that pass.
Tufunga with a rocket serve, skims off the top of the netting, drifts a bit too far to the right side.
That little deflection may have just been enough to push it out, but that was still very close.
It's now Zach Birdie, the Corona Del Mar, California native, the senior. Right to the libero Fife. Opposite side, looking for Muldaney. Or excuse me, that was Mosier. Dig for Tufunga. Quick serve over the middle, and Max Philippe gets involved offensively, his first kill today.
Boy, this is what makes Herget so special. He is on the move, racing towards the net, has the great ability to slam on the brakes, and good anticipation by Philippe to read the quick set.
Tyler Herget currently 5th in the MPSF in assists per set, averaging 9.64. That is 18th in all of NCAA. He's had 4 instances averaging over 10 assists per set in a single match this season. He's currently sitting with 14.
And went over 10 in that first set.
Brian Thomas going to his left was Tufunga to receive and keep it alive. Just a bit too strong for Tyler Herget. Not too often you see a setter get a kill. We saw the setter for Lincoln Memorial get 3 of them in the game earlier against Merrimack, but Herget went a little bit too strong with it.
Looks like we're going to get our first challenge there. I think that was actually Muldaney who had that swing. He was pretty convinced that there was a deflection. Tough to tell. There wasn't any clear alteration on the flight path, but
there, a 2-point lead for Harvard turns into a tie game, and just like that, the Crimson take back the lead off the service error from Muldaney. Sawyer Nichols, 3 aces this season. Over the middle again, Gavin Chambers now getting involved offensively. Tyler Herget now targeting the middle with his passes.
Yeah, must have heard what we were talking about up here. They said they hadn't really involved the middles yet. All of a sudden, Philippe gets one. Now Chambers gets one.
The incredible timing of it all, those bang-bang plays. A split-second blink of an eye between pass and spike.
Nichols just trying to find a seam that wasn't really there.
Back and forth they go. No team really rushing out to a big lead. Going to his left for the dig was Birdie. Trying to go to the near side. Triple block at the netting. Well read by Herget along with Chambers. Far side now to Funga. Tufunga now with his 7th kill today, tied for the match high along with Sawyer Nichols. Low serve, Wolbert just has to send it over unconventionally, and Tufunga is going to capitalize back-to-back kills for the junior from Long Beach.
Yeah, spot on there. Again, low trajectory on the set for Wolbert, so he doesn't get much pace on the ball. And again, BYU so quick in transition.
Tufunga, 6 kills on 7 attempts, no errors, 3 aces, 2 digs, and a block as well. He's been all over the place. He's been outstanding today.
Well, it feels like that momentum is heavily swung in BYU's favor, but not able to really widen the gap here early on.
Quinn Bishop, who achieved his new career high in kills last night with 10, as the kill is there for the Cougars, and now they're up by 3, their largest lead this second frame.
Yeah, confident going to that back row attack, whether it's Tufunga or Mosier, whoever it may be, has been spot on for BYU so far tonight.
A little bit of a floater serve from Chambers there, trying to make him pay, and doing so is Zach Birdie. He drills one.
Nice quick run, reward the pass from Birdie, and a good run in the middle by Wolbert. Really sold like he was going to get that set, and that paused the block just for a moment.
Well timed by the Crimson, and now it's the junior from Jackson, Ohio, Owen Wolbert. His turn to serve. Goes right to Tufunga with the reception. Near side looked like they were going for Tufunga. It was Mosier. Getting the tool, he fights through the block. Sawyer Nichols emphatically.
Well, that should be a big energy boost on the Harvard side. You'll love when the middles go back and play some defense. Owen Wolbert able to stand solid there and make a good pass off that big swing out of the back row.
Wolbert to serve yet again. Harvard down 9-7. Good dig, diving to his right was Fife, but they're unable to follow it up. And Harvard has now tied this thing up.
First ace of the set for the Crimson after they had 4 in the first. So, again, they've kind of gone toe-to-toe with BYU serving-wise. That was going to be a big key to this one.
Wolbert continuing his hot streak. Going to the middle, well read by Wolbert defensively. It's just pushed over by Nichols. BYU tries again. Tufunga drills one. He's heating up. Talon Jonathan Tufunga with yet another kill. BYU takes back the lead. That's kill number 8 for him.
Yeah, they're going to keep going to that matchup with Shevchuk right now in the front row. Whenever you see that setter up front for the other team, that's always a spot you want to try to at least put some pressure on and see how that setter holds up in the blocking game.
Tufunga, 6'5". It's a relatively average height in terms of men's volleyball, but just his overall size and his power. Another ace on the board, this time for the Crimson. The Cougars are trying to say it went a little bit far past that back line.
Well, not enough
final
for Charlotte
Harvard with their
to
first
challenge.
lead.
Yeah, first blush, I thought this one was in.
It was the serve from Adrian Shevchuk. No challenge taken by Sean Olmstead. The play will stand. Fung with the initial touch. Able to save it was Shevchuk. Great defense going down to a knee was Bishop for the dig. Getting the kill. Birdie capitalizes. And Harvard is in total control. It's 12-10.
Oh, outstanding defense by Fung. First touch, just gives somebody a shot. Great pursuit by Shevchuk. Harvard able to survive the extended rally, and Birdie beats the triple block.
Again, Fife with another dig off the reception from the serve. It rockets off of Fung's forearms. Point goes to the Cougars. It's 12-11.
Harvard picking up the defense a little bit here in the second set.
So far this season, BYU has either won in straight sets or lost in 5. Both losses coming to 5th-ranked UC Irvine. Miscommunication for the Cougars. They were out of system. Jackson Fife and Trent Mosier got their signals crossed.
Yeah, I mean, tough ball here on the swing from Thomas. Fife is trying to pull this one pretty much off the floor, and it just pinballs right off of Mosier.
Birdie.
The height.
Definitely looked a little bit awkward there on that release. Fung with a tough reception. Bad second hit by Shevchuk. Just slapping it over was Sawyer Nichols. BYU looking to capitalize. Bishop getting a piece of it defensively. Rejected! Sawyer Nichols went for it. It was turned away. Trent Mosier, or excuse me, Gavin Chambers in the middle.
Yeah, it's a big-time block by Chambers. I like the decision, honestly, by Nichols. This ball's up for grabs. He says, let me go and try to get it. And Chambers just takes away his airspace.
Chambers 13th in the NCAA in blocks per set, averaging 1.13. That's out of the reach of Adrian Shevchuk, and BYU is back up by 1.
Interesting. They try to mix it up and put Nichols a little tighter to the net that time. Even when he's in the front row, Harvard will typically set the sophomore a little more off the net. That time Shevchuk put him tight, and he could only bounce it off the block.
Tyler Herget already with 21 helpers. A little dink shot is good. Brian Thomas throwing the off speed, and it works for the Crimson.
Yeah, that's a really effective tip. It's when it can be an effective shot. You want to put it almost directly just over the top of the blocker, because even if everybody else comes crashing in like they did that time for BYU, if you put it almost directly behind the blocker and not too far to one side or the other, it's going to be almost impossible to really get good contact and give yourself a chance to make a play.
Max Philippe was diving in looking for the pancake to keep it alive, just out of his reach. Near side, tooling it was Oldaney. He ricochets it off of Quinn Bishop.
And the block was there, too far to the side.
They love attacking to that outside, do the Cougars. Off the skim of the net. Fung able to keep it alive, but that one's rejected. Gavin Chambers yet again, this time stuffing Sawyer Nichols at the netting.
Yeah, that was what Harvard was looking for early on. Better block from Chambers, and now all of a sudden that vaunted Cougar block starting to have some more effectiveness.
Pass for the opposite side. Great kill for Quinn Bishop.
It's a good job by Shevchuk. And Wolbert as well, I should say, making things happen on the fly. Wolbert still sold like he was going to be an option there when it was really just going to be Bishop all along.
Nichols drills it over. Outside again, and this time the Harvard Crimson get the block. Wolbert combining with Bishop.
That's all Wolbert really there, able to take away on the angle. Zini tried to switch it up, go down the line. Bishop made himself big.
16-16, rocket serve from Nichols. Oldaney with the kill.
Again, Herget just doing a good job finding who's in rhythm. Early on it was Tafunga, now it's Oldaney. Again, keeps everybody involved, but you have to know when to find the hot hand.
Both Tafunga and Oldaney with 8 kills so far in this thing. What we called a real underdog story here. Harvard definitely an inferior opponent against BYU. These West Coast teams definitely dominate the landscape in terms of college men's volleyball, and Harvard's there hanging with the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've got the size to compete. It's just sort of being able to string it all together. And in what has been a little bit of an inconsistent start this year, this has definitely been the most consistent match we've seen out of the Crimson.
Cole Hauser has a service error, so now we're tied up again at 18. Largest lead of this set was a BYU 3-point lead. Harvard had a 2-point lead, and other than that, no one's really been running away from either set, even going back to the first.
To your point, though, the biggest thing working in Harvard's favor is they already had a West Coast trip where they played 3 ranked teams, so they know.
Antenna or back over the netting to the Cougars' side, and Shevchuk just kept his eyes open, knew what was available.
Well, he was.
Tafunga finds the back. No, he misses the back line.
Yeah, I thought that was in too.
And we'll see if we get a challenge here. Maybe not.
Yep.
The line entirely.
Yep.
If it hits the line, it still counts as in play. And they do give it to Tafunga, and we're back tied up at 19.
You could hit that very last millimeter of white, but as long as it hits it, it's in.
Herget with the serve. Trying to send it over on the second touch was Shevchuk. Opposite side, unable to corral that one was Mosier, and Sawyer Nichols with yet another kill make that 10 today.
Yeah, just no nonsense. Set it high, set it out, let Nichols go and get it.
Tafunga this time on the opposite side. Still kept alive by the Cougars. Nearly a tool for the Cougars now. Harvard's turn to attack. Back and forth they go. Good defense by the Crimson here. Bishop the pass for Nichols, too strong.
Again, little tight to the net, and that's because Shevchuk takes that first contact. Now you've got somebody else setting the ball. Bishop, not a setter by nature. It's not a bad set by any means, but because Nichols isn't used to really being right on the net like that, you want to give him a little bit more berth.
Latter stages here of this second set. BYU already up 1-0 after taking the first frame. The attack for Birdie was too strong, and now let's see if Harvard looks to challenge this one here.
I really thought that was deflected.
He is going to
Harvard's
challenge
gonna
for a deflection. Head coach Brian Bays looking to see if this attack from Zach Birdie deflected off a Cougar before going out of bounds. If it stands, it's a 2-point lead for BYU. Should it go in the Crimson favor, we're back tied at 21.
Yeah, I really thought this ball changed direction again. You know, sometimes tough to see on review, but I'll say one thing. So far, our challenges so far have been fairly expedited.
Indeed, they've been pretty quick reviews. They've been well thought out challenges by these coaches. Definitely know what they saw, and definitely I think the players helping them out as well. They're the guys doing all